ruptured low back discs that you know of?
That I know, no.
Yeah, well, we're about to find out. No, we're not. But if someone had some really inflamed discs or some other neurological condition of low back, you might be more careful about this. I'm going to start out just having you actively hike one hip up and then the other, and just do this on the table a little more. Like actually move. Yeah, there you go. Good, good, good.
I'm not good at twerking.
I noticed that's not your move. That's okay. So that's the first move. The idea there is we're just mobilizing the SI joint up and down a little bit, warming it up a little bit. This next move I love, might be illegal, but hey, we talked about some illegal things today and I think we covered it pretty well. The reason I say that is because I actually get on the table for this treatment and contact their body with my body, which is a little edgy. So you would absolutely need for this next technique to feel clear with the client about what you're doing and possibly give an explanation. You might want to get that button too, because that's making me uncomfortable if that's not buttoned. And the reason I'm going to get on the table is to get in a position to mobilize each side of the pelvis independently while stabilizing the legs. I could do this movement just like this without getting on the table. So I want to point that out. Just to give you an idea, I've already told you how crazy Paul St. John was. You're recording this? Don't post this anywhere. So I told you his crazy Vietnam story. In order to open up the SI joints a little bit, there's a technique where you push in on both sides of the ASISs. By pushing in there, you're getting the back posterior aspect to flare a little bit, and you decompress the sacroiliac joint. So I could do that like this. Or what I sometimes do is do it like this, where I've got one side of the pelvis there, and just kind of push like this. And just kind of, it's a subtle movement. The way I originally learned that from Paul was to get on the table like this, have the person put their legs wide like that, and then come down and press like this. So I don't do that in my practice. It is a super efficient way of doing that technique, and Paul would do whatever it took to get it done, and he didn't care that that's weird that he's lying down between someone's legs on the table. So that suddenly makes this technique look less complicated.
But you drape them, right?
Yeah, they would probably be draped at that point. You know, I would be clothed as well. Yeah, I would be fully clothed. So I am actually supporting his legs with my legs a little bit so he can relax them a little. And then what I'm going to do is with this fleshy part of the thenar prominence, and I'll take any option to say thenar prominence because it's fun to say.
Thenar prominence.
Yes, I'm going to push on the ASIS while I pull the other side of the pelvis from around the PSIS, somewhere in that area. So it looks like this. One move like that, and then a little back. And I can't say that you would call this a movement like the person's, you know, smoothly moving, but you get it moving a little bit. This helps you to analyze side to side. Does that feel more tender on the right side when I do this? No, check it out.
Yeah.
Any difference?
On the right side, probably.
Okay. So I'm feeling a little less movement on the left. It's not a real blatant thing to me. Sometimes, and he doesn't move super freely. Sometimes if someone moves a lot, it's easier to feel differences. Sometimes if you get a little bit of that rhythm of the movement, you can compare side to side. I can either just do that as a warm-up technique for his SI joints. I can do this as an evaluation to see which side is tighter, or if I think the right is tighter, I could stay in that right position, decompressing this right side a little bit, and just let that move a little bit, kind of like a passive little stretch there. This is a great technique because a lot of times one SI joint is hypermobile and the other is hypomobile, and sometimes the area that's not mobile is causing the other side to be hypermobile and causing pain over there. Sometimes it's the opposite. But to figure out one side or other that's stuck or not is valuable. Sometimes just from doing those techniques, things will correct.